Remove those chickens in 48 hours or we're calling animal control. The woman stood at my fence with her arms crossed, clipboard in hand like she owned the entire neighborhood. Her name was Linda Preston, HOA president, and she had that look on her face, the one that said she'd been waiting for this moment. I looked at my 3 chickens pecking quietly in their clean coop. "Ma'am, there's no rule against chickens in this county. I checked before I built this. There is now." She shoved a paper through the fence. "Emergency HOA meeting last night. We voted. No farm animals. Period." I took the paper. Fresh ink. The meeting happened at 8 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I never got notified. You can't just change rules overnight without. Read Section 4.2. HOA has full authority over property standards. Your little farm experiment ends Thursday or you pay $200. Per day. Per chicken. She smiled like she'd already won. My daughter Emma came running from the house. "Dad, what's wrong with Marshmallow?" She was 7, holding her favorite chicken. "That bird helped her cope after we lost her mom 2 years ago." Linda's face twisted. "Get that thing away from me." I stepped between them. "We're done here. Leave my property." "Your property?" Linda laughed. "Sweetie, you don't own anything here. The HOA controls what you see, what you plant, and definitely what animals you keep. Welcome to civilization." She turned and walked toward her golf cart parked on my driveway. My driveway. That night, I read through every document. Purchase agreement. County codes. HOA bylaws from 2008. Something felt wrong. The emergency meeting had only 4 people. The neighborhood had 32 homes. How did that even count? Thursday morning arrived. I didn't remove the chickens. By noon, Linda was back. This time she had 2 men in uniforms. Not police, something else. Private security badges. "Sir, we're here to remove unauthorized livestock from HOA property. This is MY property. I have the deed." One guard stepped forward. "Man gave us authorization. You can cooperate or we can involve real authorities." Linda stood behind them, phone out, recording. This is what happens when you ignore the rules. Everyone watching, this is the consequence. I stayed calm. Didn't move. Just looked at the guards. "You're trespassing. And she's about to regret this more than anything she's ever done." Linda's smile faded for just a second. "Are you threatening me?" "No ma'am. Just stating facts." I pulled out my phone. "One call. That's all it took." "Who are you calling?" "Your lawyer." "Go ahead. We have 12 lawyers on retainer." She was loud now. Confident. I didn't answer. Just waited. 3 minutes later, 2 county sheriff vehicles pulled up. Real badges. Real authority. Linda's face went white. February 15th. The sheriff stepped out first. Tall guy, late 40s, badge glinting in the sun. He looked at Linda, then at her fake security guards, then at me. "Someone want to explain what's happening here?" Linda recovered fast. Too fast. "Sheriff, thank God you're here. This man is violating HOA codes and refusing to comply. We need him to remove." "Ma'am." The sheriff held up his hand. "I didn't ask you yet." He turned to me. "You called dispatch?" "Yes sir. Reported trespassing and intimidation." One of the fake guards started backing toward the golf cart. The sheriff's partner moved quick. "Stay right there, fellas. Let me see those badges." Linda's voice got higher. They work for Prestige Security. I hired them. Completely legal. To do what exactly? The sheriff walked closer to her. Remove property from a private residence. Without a court order. It's HOA property. He signed the agreement when he bought the house. I pulled out my folder. Thick one. Been working on this for 2 days straight, didn't sleep much. Sheriff, can I show you something? He nodded. I handed him 3 documents. This is my deed. Clean title. No HOA restrictions listed. This is the county record from 2007. This neighborhood was never registered as an official HOA community. And this. I gave him the last page. This is the original builder's declaration. It expired in 2015. Nobody renewed it. The sheriff read slow. His partner checked the fake guards' IDs, they didn't have proper licensing for security work in this county. Linda's hands started shaking. That's not possible. We've been collecting dues for 8 years. Collecting dues for an organization that doesn't legally exist. The sheriff looked at her different now. Not friendly. How much money we talking about? That's private financial. $200 per month, I said. 32 homes. That's $76,000. Over 8 years. The math hit everyone at once. Linda tried to grab the papers from the sheriff. He's lying. We have legal status. I have documentation. Then show it. The sheriff didn't move. Right now. Prove this HOA is registered with the county. She couldn't. Her mouth opened and closed but nothing came out. My neighbor Tom walked over from across the street. Older guy, retired teacher. Sheriff, I got something to add. He held up his phone. Been recording since Linda showed up this morning. Got her threatening him. Got her saying she'd make his life hell if he didn't pay extra fees. Tom, shut up. Linda's voice cracked. Also got video from last month. She told the Hendersons they couldn't paint their house blue. Fined them $800. They're on a fixed income, almost lost their home trying to pay her. More neighbors came out. Like they'd been waiting for this moment. Sarah from 2 houses down. She fined me for parking my work van overnight. Said it violated aesthetic standards. Marcus from the corner. She tried to force us to remove our basketball hoop. Said black families bring down property value. His wife held his hand tight. We recorded that too. The sheriff's jaw tightened. Everyone with documentation, I need you to come to the station tomorrow. We're opening an investigation. Linda started crying. Real tears or fake, couldn't tell. I was just trying to keep the neighborhood nice. Property values matter. Standards matter. Theft matters more. The sheriff motioned to his partner. Linda Preston, you're being detained for questioning regarding fraud and extortion. You can't arrest me. I'm the president of a fake organization. He put her in the back of his vehicle while reading her rights. The fake security guards got citations. Trespassing. Operating without proper licenses. Emma hugged Marshmallow close and whispered, "Daddy, are the chickens safe now?" I picked her up. "Yeah, baby. They're safe." But Tom pulled me aside as everyone left. His face was serious. "You need to know something. Linda's husband, he's a district court judge." My stomach dropped. The next morning, I woke up to 7 missed calls. All from numbers I didn't recognize. Then I saw the email. Subject line, cease and desist. It was from Richard Preston, attorney at law. Linda's husband wasn't just a judge, he ran the biggest law firm in 3 counties. The email was 5 pages of legal threats. Defamation. Harassment. False accusations. They were suing me for $2 million and demanding I drop all complaints against Linda immediately. Emma was eating cereal when someone knocked. Hard. Official. I opened the door. Process server. You've been summoned to court. Hearing is Monday. 4 days away. Tom called an hour later. They got to the Hendersons. Threatened them with countersuits. They're backing out, won't testify. Then Sarah. My boss said if I get involved in legal drama, I'll lose my job. I'm sorry. One by one, every neighbor who stood with me yesterday, disappeared. By noon, I was alone again. Just me, Emma, and 3 chickens that started this whole mess. I sat on my porch, head in my hands. Maybe I should have just removed the chickens. Maybe fighting wasn't worth it. Emma came outside. Daddy, why are you sad? Sometimes bad people win, baby. Even when they're wrong. She handed me a drawing. Stick figures. Me, her, 3 chickens. Mommy always said you never give up. She said you're the strongest person she knew. My wife served 2 tours overseas. Army engineer. She didn't quit when things got hard. I wasn't about to start now. I made one more call. Different number this time. Uncle Ray. I need help. Monday came. The courthouse was huge and cold. Linda sat with 4 lawyers. Designer suit. Confident smile. Her husband wasn't in the room, but his presence was everywhere. Their lead attorney stood up. Expensive watch. Perfect hair. Your Honor, Mr. Chen has maliciously targeted my client, fabricated evidence, and incited a neighborhood mob against a woman who simply tried to maintain community standards. The judge looked at me. Do you have representation? Yes, Your Honor. The door opened behind me. Ray walked in. My wife's brother. Didn't see him much after she passed, but when I called, he didn't hesitate. He wore his marine dress blues. Full uniform. Medals across his chest. But that's not what made Linda's lawyers nervous. Ray Chen, representing the defendant. I'm also here as a federal witness. He placed a folder on the table. Your Honor, 3 days ago I contacted the FBI field office. White-collar crime division. Linda's face went gray. Mrs. Preston has been operating a fraudulent organization for 8 years. She's collected over $600,000 in fake dues and penalties. But that's not the interesting part. Ray opened the folder. She's also been accepting payments from contractors, in exchange for forcing neighbors to hire specific companies for repairs and renovations. The judge leaned forward. Explain. Kickbacks, Your Honor. Every time she finds someone for violations, she'd recommend her approved contractors. Those contractors paid her 20% of every job. We found 43 cases. Racketeering charges are being filed this afternoon. Linda stood up. That's a lie. Richard, tell them. But her lawyers were already packing their briefcases. Ray continued. My brother-in-law here. He's a Purple Heart recipient. Served in Afghanistan. Came home and just wanted to raise his daughter in peace with 3 chickens his late wife bought before she died from cancer. His voice didn't shake. Didn't rise. Just facts. Cold and clear. And this woman tried to destroy him for it. The courtroom went silent. The judge looked at Linda. Mrs. Preston, I'm dismissing this case and referring your actions to the prosecutor's office. Get out of my courtroom. She ran. Actually ran. Outside, news cameras were waiting. The story had spread. Small neighborhood dispute turned federal case. Ray put his hand on my shoulder. Your wife would be proud. You didn't back down. I almost did. But you didn't. He smiled. That's what matters. 3 months later, Linda took a plea deal. 5 years probation. Full restitution to every neighbor she scammed. Her husband's firm dropped her as a client to avoid the scandal. The neighborhood? We never formed another HOA. Emma's chickens are still in the backyard. She named the 2 new ones Hope and Justice. And every morning when I feed them, I remember, sometimes the people who look the most powerful are just bullies with paperwork. And sometimes all it takes is one person refusing to move.